Hello and welcome to another edition of Local Yokel. And this was Friday, September 27th, and Fordson and Dearborn have a gridiron clash to be settled near the Ford Road in Schaefer neighborhood, so I'm going to head that way shortly. But I was in this neck of the woods because they had the grand opening of the first of 3 Peace Parks, and there's Sacred Heart Church. What's going to happen with this property right here, this green space? We'll have to see. All right, DET.com is the website.
And that's always, I think, a leading indicator of
And there's the Park Lane Towers, and they tore down the Regent Court. Oh, listen.
2-0 on Meadows. Anya's waiting on deck. Gurley will follow.
Oh, I was keeping tabs on the tabbies. Yeah. They were in the playoffs, I think, at this. No, they could clinch it on this Friday night. So, yeah, it was a big to-do. But we're under the lights here. We'll take a look at some of the small businesses along the way. I have a sweet tooth, so I'd probably do well there. Look, another sweet tooth place. But I parked a little bit away, but I need the exercise. I'm tired of this whole election thing, and I'm not so sure that Donald has done anything for me to help my life out. I mean, personally, somebody would have to spell that out, what policies have helped me out. All right, I digress. This is the halftime countdown, so I missed the first half completely because I was at the Peace Park celebration. There's the hometown faithful up there, the Fordson crowd. They have a pretty big stands. That's for the Dearborn section there. And some people were hanging out in the neighborhood. They had a front porch type, nice view of the whole game type thing. There were a lot of people using the front porch on this evening because it was a real pleasant evening. I'm going to take a look-see around the school because I've always been impressed with Fordson, architecturally speaking. And apparently you can park on the sidewalks over here, but I'd be afraid of doing all that. All right, gymnasium here. Years ago, I went to a basketball game. It was kind of neat, but football is the main sport. Auditorium. Yes, we're going to get to Friday night football here shortly. Look at this, a high school. It's a historic site. That's because it's a kick-ass high school. And they have enough information that it's on both sides of that historical placard. But yeah, it's like a college campus over here, the way the school looks like. Thing was either Harvard or Yale. All right, here we go. May peace prevail on earth. So here we go. How about in Lebanon and Palestine? See, oh, I'm doing my march. I don't know, it's kind of dark to do it, but then it's written in Arabic there and a few other languages. Go Tractors. I love the nickname. And look at the school here. Jeez, really? How many high schools look like this? What an honor to go to a school, that looks that awesome. And then look at this tree. It goes up and then a big bushy tree right there. It's kind of dark, I know. Look at the housing stock. I like this. In my neighborhood, it's all cookie cutter. My 2 neighbors, same style house. But look at these. They're all different. So there's diversity in homes too. Not everyone has to be homogenous and like everyone else. It's kind of good in a way that we're not all the same, because then it would be kind of boring. But yeah, I just did my loop around, and look, here's a tractor and the radiator fan is spinning. See that? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see through the fence and everything. But I'll get inside. I just kind of wanted to see it from the outside looking in, and then I'll get a better perspective. They have one scoreboard, but I can't see it because it's right in front of me, and I just see the back side of the scoreboard, so I can't. My vision's not that good to see the front of it. It's up, and it's good. So somebody got a field goal there. Dearborn did. But now Fordson has the ball. Hang on. We're under the lights, hence the name Friday Night Football. And look at the bushes here. These are cool-looking bushes. Okay, I'm going to try to get the senior discount here. Yeah, Fordson just scored. It's up, and it's good. And, boy, it took a while, but they wanted to update it, I guess, after the touchdown was confirmed and the extra point. But, yeah, they added 7 there, so Fordson is up 14-10. So that was critical. Here are the concession prices. And shortly after I walked by there, they announced on the intercom $1 pizza slices. And half the crowd ran out to get the pizza slices. And I almost wanted to turn around because it must have been good value for the money. And then Ian told me that his dad was working the chain game. And so, okay, that's the end of the third quarter, the start of the fourth. I was keeping an eye on the weather and the hurricane and all that. It was a monster. And we got a little rain out of it, but it's horrific, the damage that it caused throughout multiple states. But, all right, so 73 and mostly cloudy. They said chance of showers. Oh, look at this. We're a win away. So 4-1 at the end of 7. So things were like the stars were aligning properly. And while we're at it, let's take a look at that smokestack. There's a niche market for everything. And smokestacks, you know, some people notice those things. That's a pretty sharp smokestack. But back to the game.
A lost wallet has been recovered.
All right. Now, Ian's dad, I don't know if he was where you had to get the first down or I like the neon lit yard, not down indicator thing. The first, second, third, fourth down. I would like that job. But anyways, yeah, they're working the game, and I should be calling the action. But I don't have a scorecard or anything. I can't reference numbers and all that. I should have gotten a program. Certainly that would have helped.
Gain of about 3 on the play. First down, Pioneers.
Dearborn is driving down the field here. You could see like the prospects of a go-ahead score. So a good contingent made the trip from West Dearborn to East Dearborn. Time is starting to be a factor, just over 5 minutes. One thing, and it's not obvious right from the get-go, but, well, wait a second, Dearborn's going to try, they're inside the 10. Wow. Fourth down. This is a key play for sure. So here we got the time and date. Well, let's think this one over. The guy with the white cap, he's like the boss man. He calls all the penalties or whatever. And there's quite a few other refs. There was either 6 or 7. I might have. Anyways, here we go. Here we go. Oh, well, that offsides penalty didn't help. Play for sure, and the Tractor faithful were quite happy, as you could tell. All right, 4-1 in the top of the 9th. Oh yeah, wowee! I'm like, this is what they call multitasking. Not only am I following this. Wowie kazowie. Yeah, not only am I following the football game, but I'm following the Tigers. Like doing 2 things like simultaneously. Okay, a pitching change. There it is, 3 outs. Here we go. Let's wait for the update where it says final. Took a while. Oh, well, game over. That's the same thing. Oh, it does say final, too. Yes! Yes! The Tigers are in. What a stretch at the end of the year to make that happen. Go Tigers.
They're trying to make some
Oh, that was pretty awesome to get that punt off, and what a punt it was. That pinned Dearborn a ways away, and they got some work to do.
Number 18. Incomplete. Third down.
They were getting the cowbells ready. That's a cool tree too, but yeah, that was your final, 14-10. So this is always a big clash between the two Titans in Dearborn, Fordson and Dearborn. And so yeah, they have some kind of trophy too. I don't know if there's a name for the trophy. Hey, do a flip, why not? Oh, and then yeah, usually there was the 50-yard line shaking the hands. They did not do that. I don't know what happened, but it is a fierce rivalry. Maybe they just don't get along. I don't know. But yeah, you can pretty much tell who won the game by their reactions. Okay, nothing left but the crowd and the traffic. I'm trying to locate where the drummer boy is. Fordson does not have, there he is. Fordson does not have a marching band. Amazing, amazing. They're like the 7th largest high school in the state. And if it wasn't for this guy, and give him a lot of credit, he was keeping the crowd into it and all that. Music is always a good thing. But yeah, how they do not have a marching band. If you want to take note, look at the marching band that Divine Child has. And Dearborn has a good marching band. And Etzel Ford, my alma mater. Now here's the trophy that's awarded. So I don't know if they engraved the names. I wonder if the players get to keep the posters at the end of the season. But that's kind of neat that they do that. But the fans were happy, and yeah, this was the way it was. This was Friday Night Football week number 5 of the regular season. So yeah, that was an exciting game. Oh, look at this cute little building, and it's available. Yeah, there's the phone number. Pumpkins, I think it was 2 for $4. I'm not sure if you can get 1 for 2 or not. Sometimes they play differently. So they got a meat market back there too. DET.com is the website, and yeah, you can stream the show on YouTube at your leisure when you have time to watch it. If you don't want to tune into the TV. Now I don't get Bally's at home unless I want to ante up another $20. But I stopped at a local watering hole, and I was catching this on their TV. Oh, take a look at this globe. Look where they got Detroit marked. It's kind of up there, like up north type thing. It's not even close. And Chicago's off kilter a little bit too. But other than that, I love this globe. I wonder if they would sell that. 'Cause there is someone interested. Bamboozled. You can go here. Now open on Saturdays at 11, Sundays at noon. Because, on Sundays, football games start at 1, and you got to get ready or prepared, limbered up. Art is everywhere. So the Detroit Institute of Arts has one there. And then if you're into art, and who isn't, but if you're like good at artwork and all that, you can get your supplies here. It looks like they got all number of things. Paint markers, all different colors, a rainbow of colors. There's diversity in colors too. So anyways, here's a nice mural out back. And they have entertainment nearby. That's convenient. This is, too, the $5 meal deal. I happen to like the chicken sandwich that they have. So, made it back to the Blue Light District. And proud to be American for sure. For sure. All right, so I just got to dig in. Yeah, it looks better with the lights turned off. All right, more Tiger action. Tigers to the playoffs.
Fly ball, right center field. Perez got it!
If it gave me goosebumps, what a night to be a Tigers fan. The team's playoff bid is made even more impressive when you consider the end of the year hot streak it took to make all this happen.
Maybe that little moment of drama was fitting, given where we've been for the last 2 months. Tigers were 8 games below 500 back on August 10th, had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs. Well, Hobie Artigue batting lead up tonight because that is
this time yesterday. Now it is well inland with a center that's
simply incredible. Yeah, and it's great with these phones, man. You can keep track of everything. It's right all at your fingertips.
Peace Park was held earlier today.
How cool is that? Oh, and look at Channel 4 was out at the Peace Park.
Built as part of a $29 million project. Officials say the hope is the park increases accessibility to green spaces and brings the community closer together.
Places like these are where communities come to connect. This is where you get to know your neighbor, get to know your local business person. This is where visitors from outside of Dearborn come to experience the city of Dearborn and get that first impression of what Dearborn is all like. And I think this is you're going to see this to become the trend across downtowns, across America.
The second Peace Park is currently under construction at the former site of the Dearborn City Hall. A third park will be constructed in Dearborn's South End neighborhood.
Federal government.
Oh, yeah, I like when the local news teams cover these urban planning type things. So that's exciting for Dearborn. That'll be a good people-watching zone where people that can see and be seen both at the same time. I'm not going to use this ladder. It's somewhat compromised. I'm going to buy another one from Amazon. Oh, and then I got my official absent voter ballot. So this was neat. So I have time to look it over. Michigan won. Wow, in a squeaker. I guess I didn't watch the very, very end where the onside kick was recovered by Minnesota, but then a penalty changed it, but we get to keep the jug. All right, here's the week number 5 results. Allen Park beat Etzel Ford. Jackson, Lumen Christie, well, they always have a good team. They took it to Divine Child. We saw the Fordson Dearborn. Robichaud smoked Annapolis. But Dearborn Advanced Tech Academy had a good game, and Crestwood won. So the standings after 5 weeks, and this is just my cobbled standings. They're all in their own different conferences and what. But just Dearborn and Dearborn Heights. So Divine Child, Fordson, Crestwood, Robichaud, Advanced Tech, all 3-2. So 5 teams there. So that was just a quick update. So just keeping track. Now, I live in Dearborn Heights, and I know some people are going to say, oops, you know what I got to do is I got to stop this, and I got to switch tapes. I was waiting for the blue screen. But all right, so one tape's out. You get the Honolulu Blue up there. That's in honor of the Lions. Now they play. I'm doing this audio voiceover on Monday, September 30th. So I plan on trying to go to the game. But, oh, and then this was on Flashpoint.
Between the Biden administration and the Israeli government was rather glaring this past week. There seemed to be an agreement on a U.S. and French. Well, as we've had our Mideast folk Beirut, it is a very tough time for so many in Metro Detroit with ties and family in Lebanon, and that includes my first guest, Osama Sablani, the editor of the Arab American News. Osama, thanks very much for your time. And by the way, speaking of the Arab American News, your 40th anniversary this month.
September 7th.
That's extraordinary stuff.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we get into the political ramifications of what we're talking about happening in the middle of this extraordinary election year, talk about last week that you organized. Talk about the human toll and the agony.
Over 7,000.
Over 7,000.
That's what I
Goodness. The agony of watching all of this from afar with so many people who have loved ones right in the middle of it.
Well, my family lives there, and my friends, and the family of my friends, and their friends. And therefore, we are really living a very, very tough time right now. And as Americans, we are very concerned that our government is complicit in this. When the F-35 carries 2,000 pounds bombs made by America, and the F-35 is made by America, and America is aware of what's going on, they are complicit.
We watched this past week. It was kind of astonishing. It seemed that Joe Biden and the French, for that matter, felt that there was an agreement with Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government on a 21-day ceasefire, and all of a sudden Netanyahu walks that back. It made for a very interesting news conference the other day at the White House. They clearly looked like they'd been blindsided.
Well, he has not been blindsiding anybody. He is coordinating all his efforts with the administration. We're not naive. What's happening in the Middle East is being monitored, financed, intelligence given political cover for the Israelis by the administration. This is something that we truly believe in. We have sat with the administration several times.
By the American administration?
Yes, by the Biden-Harris administration.
If we understand, though, after watching for how many ever years of the way that Israel reacts to any provocation, I declare that they don't believe in Israel's right to exist.
They don't believe in Israel's right to exist because Israel doesn't believe in their right to exist. And they are bombing and killing them on a daily basis. They are putting them in prisons in thousands. This is a military occupation that has been going on for 76 years. Nobody can take it for one day.
Fair.
Then you have to fight back.
I understand that's not...
George Washington over there, because here we are equal. There, one is occupying the other, and that's the problem.
You don't think what Hamas did last October just invited all this misery on their...
Well, what is invited this misery is the occupation for 76 years.
I can't possibly negate all of that.
But what do you expect people to do? Stay under occupation? What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to fight back. It is a legitimate right under the international law. You have the right to fight your occupier, especially if your occupier is oppressor.
I understand this on a philosophical...
For 16 years that occupying, they withdrew from Gaza, they surrounded Gaza, and they prevented the air from going to Gaza.
I'm fairly certain you and I cannot solve the Israeli
well, we've tried
the crisis.
In 1993, but it didn't work.
Has earned his vote. We saw, however, Amir Ghalib, the mayor of Hamtramck, throwing his support behind Donald Trump. Where does all of this, which is...
What an idiot. I hate to say, but Hamtramck mayor is... Oh, not my friend.
Well, I've been 40 years in this business.
Yes.
And
Exactly 40 years.
40 years. And I have endorsed Republicans and Democrats on the national and local level. This is a free country. Anything to earn our votes, especially at this time. I can tell you right now, no one is going to follow any endorsement for any of these two candidates. I can tell you right now, I have been...
No Arab American, you mean?
No Arab Americans and the people who really are our allies and our friends They are very angry, and we're communicating with them. This is a very tough election for us.
This hospital. You took him to a bar.
There's a message to my
Oh, look at this here, just the population. Israel's not even 10 million people, and Michigan is just over 10 million. So we have as much population, really, as Israel does. And that little part of the world, the Middle East, the so-called Holy Land, is causing the whole rest of the world all this consternation and whatnot. What's going on? Are they going to start a big another war over there? What's going on? It's like threats and more threats, and I don't know. It's got religious overtones for sure, but yeah, Holy Land is a misnomer, misnamed. These are flowers for my neighbor. I get all these flowers in the backyard, and it's like, what to do? Might as well share them. My mom likes them too. Hey, Mr. Fresh, and they've been around since 1965. There's at least 2 of them. There might be 3, but the roof line here, this one you got to drive out back around the thing here, and you get door-to-door service. So yeah, 1 car in, 1 car out kind of thing. Look, you can get ice cream here too, and I got Prairie Farms. And I knew they have happy cows, too, apparently, which is great. Oh, look at this. Dirty Deeds. And I know the song from AC/DC. And it's Dirty Deeds, done dirt cheap kind of thing. I'm sure they charge you for money for the work they do. But nonetheless, I love the name. Anyways, the football-inspired bridge, the giant tire, our Detroit sign. All right, they had congestion on I-94. I exited, got off at Grand River. I've always liked this building, and look at the vine action. Oh, yeah, definitely. It used to, for a while, it was a Detroit precinct, I think. Now it might be lawyers or something in there. I'm not sure on all that. Here, a dog and cat hospital. I was just driving down Grand River, and this is an avenue, Grand River Avenue, and look how wide it is. But I-96 decimated this when they built that. All the traffic went on to there. But look at this. This is artistic. This popped up like a mushroom. And I had known about this project, but I was wondering if it was going to get developed. And I think COVID, of course, put the time frame back for a lot of people on doing things. But now the accelerator is back on, or people got the pedal to the metal. Here they're calling it the OC Art Apartments at West End. I guess you could read that on your own. But these guys have an art gallery in Detroit. Look at all the partnerships they have. Usually, when you make a project go like that and you get grants or money or urban stuff that they like to do, a lot of times if you fill out all the applications, you'll get help with your project. But you got to get schooled on all that. Here, I parked right nearby, and I've always liked this building. Look at the decorative things. I mean, all that stuff costs extra. I'm videotaping this building, and then there was a security guard yells out. I don't know if you could have heard him. It's like I waved at him. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of the building. But, I didn't have a crowbar in my hand or something. Jeez. But I parked right near this nice mural. And if you're into music, and who isn't, WJLB is popular in Detroit. This building, that building's for sale, the one we just looked at. Right across the street from Cass Tech. Now, Cass Tech has a marching band. They're the number 6th largest high school in the state. Cass Tech and Fordson always have a battle, but Cass Tech has a great spirited marching band. Fordson apparently doesn't even have one. Ooh, yikes. And I didn't see a cheerleading crew either, so I don't know if that's against their religion or how that plays out, I don't know. All right, here's a pumpkin patch that's gone awry. It's gone through the fence, it's breached security, and it's crawling onto the sidewalk. You can take a detour either way, but this is a new place. Look at this, empowering the next generation of Detroiters to dream bigger. So yeah, hey, get community engagement, involvement. Yeah, urban planning is audience participation event. So if they come into Detroit and have a school, yeah, empower people. Look, they got the stairs. I'm talking too fast. Stairs leading up to the top there. They got some picnic benches. And so you're up on the roof. So it's like an observation deck. I really think with the Dearborn free parking decks, they could put a platform up there and it could be an observation deck for sunrises and sunsets and moonrise, moonset. I know the Arabic people like moon stuff, full moons especially. So then you can have telescopes up there and a coffee shop, that kind of thing. Okay, soldiers and sailors monument. So this is a tribute to the Civil War people that lost their lives. And this was built, one of the oldest in Detroit, 1899. I mean, still surviving type building. Oh, there's some over in Eastern Market, I guess. I shouldn't, yeah, the Fleur de Lis. This place has got some history, too. The owner got knocked up a little bit here because he wasn't maintaining the building. And so you see the scaffolding around, but it's got a historic site because Henry Ford started with his first quadricycle and built it in that building. He had trouble getting it out of the door. All right, United Artists. The Illich family owns this building, and this was the theater entrance there with the smiley and grumpy face. Okay, 150 Bagley, elevate your lifestyle. So they're still working on it. It says opening late summer of 2024, so they passed that. But everything, like I said, got pushed back with COVID and getting enough workers. Look at all the stuff there that's part of it. So this is right off of Grand Circus Park. And I wanted to go downtown just because this was the final game of the regular season for the Tigers, and there were some implications. If they won this game, they would had the fifth slot, the seeding in the Major League Baseball playoffs, and they would have gone to Baltimore, where they had a 4-2 record. Now they ended up losing. I don't want to spill the beans there, but yeah, they ended up losing, and Kansas City won, so they went in sixth, and now they'll play Houston. So I'm not telling you anything you're not already going to hear a lot about. But anyways, at this time, the score was 0-0, and there was a good crowd making their way to the stadium. But with the hurricane action, yeah, there was slight drizzle, nothing major, but it probably held the crowd down a little bit. Sunday is Kids Day, so after the game's over, you can run the bases and all that. I need to get me one of those lion things. I don't know if that's a magnet or a sticky thing. I'm going to have to keep my eyes out for those. They had tickets. Now, they said the playoff tickets aren't going to be sold till the 3rd or the 4th, I think, is what she said. And they would, if the Tigers hosted, they would host 2 games in the second round, which is a 5-game series. And I think she said it was the 9th and the 10th. You would have to verify that. Pizza slices. That's the window-shaped design. A friend told me about that. He was into the urban planning type thing. My friend Jim, he's no longer with us, but yeah, he said that was the idea with the window. Oh, all lives matter except, yeah, Black Lives Matter, and yeah, here we go, no war. How about that? Let's try that for a little bit. All right, some flower action, some street light action, looking at the crowd. I think it might have been close to a sellout. I think Saturday was standing room only. Sunday, I'm not sure. Now, Gillies, it was all reserved. I've never been inside. Here's looking at one of the TVs.
Okay.
Yeah, no Tigers game playing right now.
I said, what's the score in the Tiger game? But then he yelled out and said it's 2-0. The Tigers were down. It's like, damn. They have these flower installations all over town. Plus, they have Gray Wolf running around town, too. The Lone Goat. Wow. And purveyors of fine British ales. Who knew? I think that must have opened up fairly recently. Here you got to get beer tokens. And then Huddle, chocolate, vanilla, or twist. I would opt for the twist just for a little variety. Then there's like an alley. You look down, look. These look like little pepper things. All right, well, these were the 1 o'clock games. Now the Lions are on Monday night, so this gives you a chance to tune in and watch some other teams play. So the Vikings and the Packers were duking it out. That turned out to be a pretty decent game. All right, well, in this alley type thing, there's some small businesses. We'll do a time check here. 3:48. Well, they're running a little fast, but not too far off. Here's another one of those flower things, and then the vines. Oh, yeah, vines are cool. All right, better half. Well, we know that's the usually works out that it's the ladies that end up being the better half. Just saying. All right, Gucci. That's where that's where I do all my shopping. Moots, though, look at pizzeria and a bar, but they got their own side hustle, which is kind of neat. Just on the side over there, same owners. But it's an interesting place, and you go in there, and there's no TVs, so you would be forced to talk or look at somebody as opposed to looking at a TV. But I think you can go to the. Well, here's another flower thing. I think with that Moots, they'd probably have TVs in the restaurant. I could be wrong. The wealth of the mind is the only true wealth. Okay, that's written on the side of the downtown public library, so that's some words of wisdom. Man, you can learn something by watching my show. Just, there's little tidbits of wisdom here and there. Doesn't happen all that often, but sometimes. Here's a place. This looks like a new shop, and then across the way, the Peach Cobbler. I'd like that stuff. And then look at this building. This stands out. We have good examples of nice architecture. Paradise Point. This is kind of where we need to reestablish Paradise Valley. Make it 2.0 edition. But this is a new restaurant, the Fixin's Soul Kitchen. And Michigan Chronicle, they used to be by Cass Park, but they've relocated. So Stevie Wonder would be impressed if he saw all this going down for sure. But the Paradise Valley logo. And, yeah, this is one of those neat little triangular parks. But there's people. There's the eye in the sky. Oh, and then they got a cool cigar place here with hats to boot. And they have music sometimes Fridays and Saturdays. So Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Las Vegas. All right, top of the fifth. The Tigers are down 5-0. Oh, you need to win one more. I know they had a nice streak going, but yeah, just win one more. But maybe they wanted to play Houston. They were 2 wins, 4 losses against Houston. So, well, that's the way it's going to be. They're Lion fans here. They're like Lions all over the place. So I got my fingers crossed, and I hope all you folks, fans at home, do what you got to do to bring your lucky charms out to make this this happen. All right, well, there was some cheering going on. I didn't turn up the volume, but yeah, the Tigers came back and scored 4 runs. They're making a game out of this. Here, music hall. This is nice inside. Sometimes they have parties and you can get in there. Jazz Cafe, I think that's open to the public, and they'll have little performances here and there. It's like a smaller space, I think. Somewhere in there they got a place where people are performing. All right, Gem Theater and the Century Club. This was a huge move. They picked this whole thing up and moved this building. It was the largest at the time. Whether that's still the case or not. Here's the grumpy or the sad face, and this one's grinning. And then it goes back to grumpy or in pain. Yeah, different kind of facial reactions. All right, well, Ford Field. This I took on Sunday afternoon, but Monday afternoon, this is going to be nuts. So you can get your Tigers banners here. Look at this. This ought to scare the opposition. All right, so I made my camcorder clock a little slower, so because it runs a little fast. So in a few days or a week or so, it'll catch up and it'll be dead nuts. There's looking inside Ford Field, brought to you by Coca-Cola. But yeah, you can see the stands in there. This they moved too. They picked this up. It had frontage on Woodward Avenue, and they repositioned this, which is great. All right, so they got their starters here. We'll look at their menu. They got their fan favorite is the chicken fingers. And they got chicken wrap, steak melt, chili. They had burgers and all that. Here's how they moved it. It was there on Woodward, and then they, we'll take a look at the light. And they moved it around. So the same owner, it's Forbes. Forget what his first name is. Chuck Forbes, maybe? Oh, but he's one of those players, the old school players, along with, back in the day, the elder Mr. Illich. Now it's Dan Gilbert is a huge player. He's certainly a Detroit star. I love this neon sign. It shows up even better later in the evening. But a decent crowd. I'm right near the ballpark now, and Tiger Pants. Now that's styling. He came prepared. All right, so here what we got to do. More grit, more heart, and more fight. So they need to bring that on Monday night. Norman Turkey Stearns. This is great. I love that nickname. But that was a Detroit star for sure. And you can get transportation. Some of those kind of have help electrically operated with the battery thing. All right, always evolving, and ain't that the truth? You can always learn from the past, so you make adjustments so you don't repeat the past if it didn't work out so well. So yeah, that's how you evolve. So I don't know if I got close enough to the QR code. Look at Chicago scored another 3. Crap. Oh, when it was just, it was right there. I don't know what happened with the pitching, but hey, you can't win them all. Isn't that what they say? But the tin roof, yeah, we're going to get a look-see from up there. I wanted to check that out. A live music joint. So yeah, look, I'm right by the stage right now. Oh, and look who signed in. Wow, my evil twin. But yeah, they got a crystal ball or a disco ball in there. Oh no, it's 9-4. What is going on? So, okay. Rooftop. Okay, so I'm going to go up the stairs. I'm going to get a little Stairmaster exercise here. So up we go, or up I go. Yep, all the way to the rooftop. I was out of breath by the time. I was so winded. Not that bad off yet. There you got a nice view, though, way up there, Detroit Athletic Club. But look at the view of the scoreboard here. So we're going into the 8th inning now. And you can see inside and you can see the fans, but you can't see any part of the field. I'm not tall enough for that. But yeah. And here's the Hudson's building again. They're moving along with the windows. There's a few windows that have to be applied here, but that's going to be, well, it's already an addition to the skyline, but when it's all said and done, certainly it will be very nice, very, very nice. Here's a look at the crowd. I'm so high up, they look like ants, though, don't they? Oh, there's music down yonder. You're banging on those 5-gallon pails, and they can make some good music with all that. Here's looking at the fans. They were sticking it out, hoping for that rally. Oh, that sax man is all over the place. I'll get a closer look. Things turned around a little bit for the Tigers when Baez kind of got hurt. I mean, there were a combination of things, but yeah, when you have an overpriced player not producing, that kind of drags everyone down. Just saying. All right, a Norman Rockwell moment. Okay, the Lion Bucket. I'm $1 for good luck. Yeah, he's a performer for sure, and I don't doubt he'll be down here for the Lions Monday night football game. But a Detroit mainstay, I've seen him around town quite a bit. All right, more drumming action here. Certainly, this is a good place for photo ops, so bring your cell phone with you for sure. All right, the D shop, pretty flowers. They're colorful. They're off in the distance. The Fox Theater, that's a big art object. Little Caesars Arena down yonder where the Pistons and the Red Wings play, or the Red Wings play. The Pistons try to. They might get a little better this year. There's the Old English D. And Motor City, we're on Highway 1 or Woodward Avenue. This is it. Main Street, Detroit. A nice median with flowers. The Hockey Town Cafe was doing good. That's an interesting jersey. But this is a family show, so I'm not going to verbalize all that. Look at the door handles. And coming to the Fox Theater. Look at this. This is like as green can be kind of thing. But that's an interesting vegetation or ground cover, whatever you would call that. I don't know if it flowers. Oh, I'd love to get the view up on the roof. Just take these stairs. That would be some Stairmaster exercising, but yeah. Well, I'll have to work on that. But here, yeah, you can get up on the roof here. Looks like they got a rooftop deck up there. Look, 1928. So this has been around for a spell. This is the Colony Club. Yeah, as this would indicate there. But yeah, a neat little place here where they have unique occasions for like wedding receptions and banquets and Christmas parties and all that. This building was all locked up, the Royal Palms. They must be redoing it all up. I'm not quite sure. They had a shut-off notice here. Huh. Yeah, well, I'm not sure. The Town Pump Tavern, that was a watering hole. It's right across the street from a neat little fire station. Engine Company number 1. But yeah, I gotta make it back to where I parked, did my free parking. Here's another mural. The wildlife, it's kind of like the jungle out here where the lions can prowl. All right, Harry's Bar, we're going to take a look at that. First, we got to cross I-75. And you can go downtown with that 375, but they're going to take that out and reestablish Paradise Valley 2.0, at least we can hope. Those ducks are kind of like a Jeep thing. And I know I'm a little rogue here, but I have a duck in my Maverick. Well, that's just because the way I am. But if you Google ducks or just put Jeeps and you probably don't even have to put the D for ducks, and it's going to come up, and it'll tell you all about the whole story about that. Here, though, they got an upper floor and upper deck, so I'm really getting my exercise in. But look at all the people. Wow. There's a good crowd up here. They opened the windows. We got plenty of TVs. I'm keeping track of the hurricane, and there it was, the final, 9-5. And Kansas City won. So we were tied with Kansas City, same record, 86 wins, 76 losses. But the head-to-head competition, they played Kansas City 13 times during the year, so that's an easy tiebreaker to do, but we were 6 wins, 7 losses. So anyways, just look at this, the purple colors on this. What kind of thing? I like the color just because it pops when you see it. And then you can get a ride on a scooter. Oh yeah. And nothing wrong with all that. We'll just and for heaven's sakes, be careful. There's the eye in the sky. Those things are equipped with cameras. You can't get away with nothing no more. Back in the day, I could just, like Donald would say, get away with murder. But here's a nice mural, and I'm not sure if this is one of the artists that got stiffed by the city. The city never approved the artwork and it was like a $400,000 contract, and somebody said, yeah, go for it, and one of the commissions said, yeah, go ahead to the artist, and they did their murals, and then the city said, well, we never approved this. So I don't know how that's going to play out. Look at the line here, though. I was thinking there's another function at the junction. Hey, well, they call these things bollards, these yellow things, but this is neat. They let the vehicle out and then watch these things come up. So those are bollards. I did not know that. Either way you would hit that from the front or the back doesn't look like it would be too pleasant. Here's a restaurant bar, this Basan, and this is Hotel Eddystone, and it used to be well, to me, it was like the Hotel California, like you can stay as long as you want, but you can never leave. But no, they kept the Hotel Eddystone. Here's some local Detroit legends or Detroit stars. See how many of those people you know. That's a relatively easy snapshot there. There would be a lot of people that would get 100% of those, but okay, parking's 55. No, not going to do that. I'll walk a country mile before I pay $55 for parking, but because I know what I can use $55 on, and it's worth the exercise. Yeah, but look at the line. And somebody told me the concert, I wasn't familiar with the name. Temple Bar. Now, they had the facade break off or something, so they got the construction fence, and they got some work to do to bring it up to code, I would take it. But that's a neat little watering hole there, the Temple Bar. It's not like a church thing. It's, well, you can combine church, I guess, have your own temple, but yeah, it's a drinking thing. Hotel Fort Wayne, that's, oops, went overboard. But, yeah, I have a 1 hour show, and I'm 1 hour and 42 minutes, so there's where you get to talking and you lose track of time. I think Alzheimer's is starting to creep in, but yeah, I know now it's over, so this is bonus video, but it might air next week. We'll have to see, but if you did get this far, thanks for watching. See if I can get double-digit views on YouTube. I think I have a good video if I can get 10 views. At least that'd be the first double-digit one you could get. Boy, if I got 18 or 19, I'd be tickled pink. All right. So I might as well cut this short because this is going to be the start of next week's show, and then also the cornerstone of it all will be the Lions, hopefully a victory. But if not, I'll do the urban planning thing. So, all right. Take care.